Ladies and gentlemen, the torch has been passed. The Buffalo Bills are now the kings of the AFC East, and it came on Monday Night Football in prime time. The Buffalo Bills shit all over the dreams of the New England Patriots for the second time this year, and it was absolutely stupendous to watch. It was so much fun to watch. The Bills laid an absolute beatdown on the New England Patriots. They beat them 38-9. Josh Allen was simply dealing in this game, and it was so much fun to watch. The game was never in doubt, in my opinion. Watching this game, I never felt the Bills were going to lose. I just never felt the Bills were going to lose. They were playing that good, not just offensively, but defensively. Special teams, they had a special teams play, a fake punt. Nobody lined up on the gunner, so they hiked the ball to the up man, and he throws it for a first down early in the first quarter. Amazing. The Bills are cooking on all cylinders. And like I said, Josh Allen was absolutely dealing in this game. Josh Allen was 27 of 36 for 320 yards and 4 touchdowns. And he had 2 touchdown passes dropped. So that goes to show you how on point in this game Josh Allen really was. He also had 4 carries for 35 yards to add a little salt into the wound of the New England Patriots. Josh Allen is simply incredible, and the Buffalo Bills and Western New York have waited so long to have a franchise guy. Since Jim Kelly, we've gone through the J.P. Lossmans, the Trent Edwards, the E.J. Manuels, the Kyle Ortons, the Brian Brohms. We've gone through all of these guys. The 2 closest guys, the 3 best quarterbacks we've had since Jim Kelly, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Drew Bledsoe, Doug Flutie. In that order. People are going to argue, Tyrod Taylor, he was pretty good. He's not bad. But without a running game, Tyrod Taylor was nothing. I'm talking about passers. Josh Allen is the best passer that the Bills have ever had. Forget Joe Ferguson. Forget Jim Kelly. It's Josh Allen. And he continues to set single-season records this whole time. He's potentially going to set the single season record for yards. He's already set the single season record for touchdowns. He set the single season record for overall touchdowns, rushing, receiving, and passing. Josh Allen is just a bad, bad dude. And I'm so glad that I was so wrong. I've never been so glad to be so wrong in my whole life. I have said this multiple times on this podcast. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, and I was wrong about Josh Allen. And I couldn't be happier that I was wrong about Josh Allen. He is a stud. And he's a stud for a different reason. I don't think we have seen somebody come into this league, especially the talking heads on ESPN. They haven't seen somebody come into this league this raw and accelerate to an MVP level so fast. Josh Allen was incredibly raw coming out of college. And you could see it in his first season as the Bills quarterback. He wasn't even supposed to play. He was so raw, he wasn't even supposed to play. But the fact that the Bills only really had, they traded away A.J. McCarron and they had Nathan Peterman, and Peterman was Peterman, so he sucked monkey balls. And they put in Josh Allen, and he took the reins, and he just never gave him back up. He always flashed that potential. He would make plays where you'd go, wow. But this season, he put it all together, and he's been spectacular. He's been a top 3 quarterback in the NFL all season long, without question. And if you don't think that, you need to have your head examined. Josh Allen had 2 throws in this game that made me go, wow. One of them, it might not make a lot of people go, wow, but his arm strength in this situation is what made me go, wow. we all know Josh Allen has a strong arm, but these two throws were really, really good. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to play them now. The first one, Josh Allen fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, gets his defender to jump in the air, and then rifles it across his body to Stephon Diggs 25 yards down the field. And does the cardinal sin. People say you're not supposed to throw it across your body. It's only because these guys don't have the arm strength to get it there. And Josh Allen is one of the few people who has the arm strength to put it where he needs to across his body. He threw it to the middle of the field. He was running past the right hash. And he put it on point to Stephon Diggs, who made the catch for about a 20 to 25 yard gain. Incredible. Just an incredible throw. The second throw in this was off the charts good. Josh Allen gets the ball. The line shifts to the right. Everyone goes right. It looks like the play is supposed to go to the right. Josh Allen spins around back to his left. Has pressure in his face. Squares his hips, squares his shoulders, and throws a dot to Stephon Diggs in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. For his fourth touchdown of the game and third for Stephon Diggs. A little icing on the cake, a little nail in the coffin for the New England Patriots. And those are the types of throws that you see that not many quarterbacks can make. Josh Allen is one of maybe one or two quarterbacks other than him. There's one or two other quarterbacks other than Josh Allen that can make those throws. Pat Mahomes and maybe Aaron Rodgers are athletic enough to get outside the pocket like that and make those throws and have the arm strength to make those throws. Russell Wilson is athletic enough, but he's got a good arm, but I don't think I wouldn't put him in the class of Mahomes, Allen, and Aaron Rodgers. This guy's playing at an elite level. A guy who most people, myself included, thought that he was... I was willing to give Allen a shot, but I didn't know how good of a player Josh Allen could be. And he's been incredible. And he's done it this season without a run game, essentially. The run game has been mediocre at best. In good games for the run game, they have been mediocre. Josh Allen has been doing this without a run game. And for a lot of the season, he's been doing it without his number 2 receiver. Think about that. Think about the fact that the Bills are doing this without their number 2 receiver. And think about how scary it's going to be for teams that have to play them in the playoffs because John Brown's healthy. And he's coming back off of IR. He's going to play in the playoffs. Now, we may have just lost Cole Beasley, but he's week to week. I really do think they're going to rest him this week, week 17. And then he will probably be ready to go for the first game of the first round of the playoffs. If he's not completely 100%, he's going to give it a go. I know that. Cole Beasley's a warrior. He said he'll give up his body for Josh Allen because Josh Allen will do the same for him. No doubt about it. And Cole Beasley is so close to his first 1,000-yard season, and this would be the first time the Bills would have two 1,000-yard receivers since like 2003. That shows you how prolific the offense is. The Bills are close to being the highest scoring offense that the Bills have ever had in the history of their franchise, which goes to show you how explosive they are. Way back when with Jim Kelly and the K-Gun, they were dialed in all the time, simply amazing. And this team is better than that team. That team went to the Super Bowl. Think about that. Something else that makes Brandon Beane look like a genius is the trade for Stephon Diggs. The trade for Stephon Diggs makes Brandon Beane look like an absolute genius. Like he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly how he wants to construct his team, and he's doing a fantastic job of it. People said they gave away too much. Well, you be the judge. Stephon Diggs leads the NFL in receptions and reception yards. Did the Bills give up too much? No. Simple answer, no. Stephon Diggs has said he can do more than what the Vikings had him doing in Minnesota, and he's showing it here in Buffalo. He's not just a deep route guy. He can do so much more. Short, medium, long. He can do it all. He can do everything that you want him to do, and he's incredible at everything. He's one of the best route runners in the NFL, and it's showing this season. He leads the league in yards and receptions. No Buffalo Bills player has led the league. No Buffalo Bills wide receiver has led the league in either one of those categories. And after 16 weeks, he leads the league. Do I think he's going to finish on top? No, because I think they're going to rest their starters. But the fact that, if the Bills weren't so dominant that he would is incredible. The fact that they can sit these guys down because the Bills are so dominant or have been so dominant. The Bills are a hillbilly cotton hair away from being 13-2. A Hail Mary, a 1 in a million play of being 13-2. Think about that. That's how good the Bills have been. They have far exceeded my expectations. At the beginning of the season, I said 11 wins. In the middle of the season, I said 8 wins. The Bills have 12 wins. They're 12-3, and they sit in second place in the AFC. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And everything is clicking at the right time for the Buffalo Bills. Offense, defense, special teams. Over the last 5 games, the defense has come around and been playing like the defense that we saw all of last year. Have allowed just 16.8 points per game has the offense over the last 5, or the defense over the last 5 games. And in those same 5 games, the offense has scored 34.6. So think about that. Think about the fact that this offense is scary and this defense is becoming the defense of last year, and that should scare anybody in the NFL. Forget the AFC East, the AFC, or the NFC. That should scare anybody. It should scare anybody that the Bills play, because that's ridiculously good. And they've been doing all this, like I said, without their number 2 receiver. Think about that. And their running game is starting to come around. The Bills are everything is clicking at the precise right moment for the Bills. And this could be the year. The year in which chaos has reigned in the world. Could be the year the Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl. Could be the year that the Buffalo Bills win their first Super Bowl in franchise history. And it would be the absolute best way to forget about 2020 and kick off 2021 with the Buffalo Bills winning the Super Bowl. Simply amazing.